Good day, linesman. Welcome back to Offside Trap. Joined here today by kickboxing title champion of Australia, Charles Joyner. Mate, how are you?
Good, mate. Good, mate. Happy to be here.
That's good, mate. Always good to have you. Now, you know why we're here. Going to review the Euro semi-final games. Now, mate, you know the
More of a
big...
preview than a review, but
You're right. You're right. We're going to review a tiny bit of the quarterfinal game and preview the semi games. But the big game in the semis is Italy versus Spain. Some would say the biggest semi-final. Now, look, man, I know you're here for the England. You're a big English supporter. But did you get to watch any of the Italy game or the Italy-Belgium?
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I did not watch the Italy-Belgium game. I saw the highlights.
Biggest game of the season, mate.
I saw the highlights. And I saw Insigne on the ground trying to get a penalty.
That was a minute.
Was it?
Yeah. Insigne scored the other goal, yeah. Finesse.
Yeah. I thought the whole time. Yeah. No, I saw the goals were good. Especially the second goal was Insigne.
Yes, correct.
That was nice.
The little finesse in the corner.
Yeah.
Well, that was one of the bigger games. I'm guessing you didn't catch the Spain-Switzerland game either.
No, let me just review. Yeah, this is the penalty shootout, was it? Yeah. No, I didn't catch that one.
This is going well. It's all good, mate. Well, look, let's just say Italy had a pretty decent game against one of the biggest teams in Europe, in Belgium, ranked number 1, I think, maybe, or they were ranked number 1. Now, do you think that Italy will be coming into this Spain game thinking that they can win? They can win it because they've beaten one of the biggest teams. They'd be high on confidence. And they've been playing they've been one of the best teams in the Euros so far.
Yeah, how I think of it is that, well, they're on a massive win streak anyway, outside of the Euros, aren't they? So is it?
Yeah, it's been like 30 games or some shit like that.
I mean, they know how to win, and they're obviously playing well together. And you can see like the little snippets I saw of like the passion that they have and how Mancini's brought them together. I mean, they're looking good. I think what I like about their results is that they're playing like relatively tough teams, and they're getting the wins. Like playing Belgium quarters, they got the win. So they'll be going into the Spain game already confident that they've beaten a good team. And I think as a team, they're better than Spain. So I think they should be pretty confident going into that one.
Yeah, well, a lot of pundits were saying before the knockout stages that they haven't been proven yet, Italy, and that they've only been versing smaller teams. So they were pretty doubtful against the bigger teams, but I guess Italy have proved them wrong here. Look, I was going to say, who do you think has the better team? And you think it's Italy?
Yeah, just from how they're playing together, it seems. Like I'd look at it more as a, like the team chemistry in terms of who's got the better team. Like, I don't know individually who's got the better players, but I always think about, like, say, the 2006 English team had like on paper amazing, but then just did not come together and play well. So
yeah, 100%.
So I think the team chemistry is one of the most important things. So I think Italy's looking pretty strong there.
I mean, they do have some of the best chemistry in the game. Look, but Spain haven't been doing too bad, I would say, as I said before in the last video, that they're kind of in a bit of a rebuilding period. And it was their first 2 games ended in draws in the group stages. I didn't think they'd go this far. But the last 2 games, the round of 16 games and the quarterfinal games, went into extra time. Do you think that will have an effect? Do you think they'd be tired from that? Italy has the advantage of not playing extra time.
How deep is Spain's squad, do you reckon?
I think they've got decent players, but not what Spain used to be. Definitely,
Yeah.
Obviously not like
That's
the
a top one.
2010 team.
Yeah.
But you
No,
look at it, what was that?
I was going to say they're always like Spain's just at the moment always going to be compared to that period. So it's always going to be tricky for them, and they're probably always going to underperform in the eyes of their supporters because they're not up to that level. But yeah,
But even if you look at Italy, like they don't have the team of what they used to have as well. Like
Mm.
a lot of, as you said, it's more like a chemistry based team, no
Yeah.
superstars, and yeah, like just a lot of team building there going on.
Mm.
Do you feel like Spain has any like advantage? Like, is their midfield better, or is their defense better? Maybe.
I mean, I guess the only thing that the like the Spain national team has. I don't know how much of the backroom staff is still the same, but they know how to perform in big tournaments like 08, 10, and 12. Like they know how to win consistently. I don't know, like, but I mean that's only relevant if they've got some some maybe people that are left over from there. I don't know what the back staff is like. What I do like about Spain is that they've scored quite a few goals, but it's all quite spread out as well. Like it's not one person scoring the goals, but it's like that with Italy as well. Actually, if you look at it, like they've scored quite a few goals, but they're all quite spread out.
I mean, yeah,
Um,
that could be a bad thing as well. Like Morata maybe isn't clinical enough as a striker, same as
mm,
Immobile. Um, did not have a good game against Belgium, but that could come as a detriment. But you mentioned history again. Like you can't really play into it too much. I think like it's like England, like they've always lost, but
yeah.
like if they have a good team, they'll win it, or if they play well. All right. So if you look at some of the previous meetings here, Charlie, the last six matches that Italy played with Spain, Italy's won only one out of the six, and Spain has won three out of the six, ending in two draws.
Mm.
Do you think that history will play a part in this, or
I
not?
mean, I guess I feel like with that, it really depends on how many players are the same as those times because it's if a team was pretty much the same, then it's going to be heavy on their minds that they lost to them. But if it's a completely different team, then it won't really factor at all, and they'll just be going off their old form. So I feel like you said, Spain and Italy are in a rebuilding stage. So do they have quite a few young players in there? Would you say?
Yeah, there are a lot of young players. You look at Italy. Pretty much all of their midfield is young. You got Barella in there, Locatelli, um, and a lot of these players weren't playing back when they versed
Mhm.
each other last, even. So they are
Yeah.
new. Spain have a lot of new faces in there as well. A few of the old guards for both teams. You got Bonucci and Chiellini, Sergio Busquets for Spain, as Piliqueta. So I think there's kind of a very good mix between them as well. But yeah, I would say history doesn't really matter. It just depends on who plays the best game.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
don't
I
think it'll get
agree.
in their head too much. So
Yeah. And as professionals, it shouldn't. So there we go.
exactly. Now, Spain doesn't have any suspensions or injuries. Italy is losing and missing Spinazzola, who just got a Achilles. I think he snapped his Achilles or something.
Oh,
So he is out. But he was actually Italy's best player for the whole tournament. Like
uh,
he's probably going to make the Euro 11
yeah,
as
right.
a fullback. Do you
Was
think
that in
that
the
will?
Belgium game?
They're the last game. Do you
Mm.
think that will be a big effect to Italy's chances here?
I mean, well, like I said, the both teams had a lot of sort of like spread out the contributions. So I think they've obviously still got the players that were making an impact and
Yeah.
able to. So I think if your team's just relying on one player, then you probably shouldn't make the final anyway. So I think they should be fine without him.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And you mentioned Italy's big strength is their team spirit here, their team chemistry. Emerson will probably come in into the fold, taking over Spinazzola's place. I don't think that's a bad thing. Like, he can probably do the job quite well. But yeah, Emerson, I don't think he will be such a bad thing. I think he can just jump into the team quite easily. Now, another thing, both of these teams are playing with 4-3-3 formations. You can see it there. Their last games, they had those formations. Do you think they will change at all going into this game, or do you think they'll just remain in that 4-3-3? I mean, it kind of has been. It's definitely been Mancini's way of playing. They've stuck with that 4-3-3, very attacking side.
I mean, personally, I wouldn't change it, but who knows what these. Sometimes they make interesting decisions. Don't they? Like if you're winning with it, and but sometimes they have an idea of how they think they might be able to beat the other team, so they make a change. But let's just say they'll stick with it because that's what I'd do in this situation.
Well, I know you're a big Roberto Mancini fan. Do you? If it comes down to like the tactical genius of the coaches, do you think he'll overcome Luis Enrique here?
Oh, do you reckon it's tactical with Mancini? Is it more tactical or like the man management side?
I reckon, it's a bit of both, but I think he's definitely, you can't doubt his tactics. Like,
yeah,
he is kind of like underrated. The guy's won EPL title,
yeah,
a few CDRs.
yeah.
He is a very good coach.
I feel like he is underrated. Maybe this will be the the team that gets him the plaudits he deserves, mate.
Yeah, 100%. Now Spain, big possession side that does play into their history a bit as well. Love playing the tiki taka.
The tiki taka.
Tiki taka. Now they do have an average of 67.5% possession, compared to Italy's 56.1% possession. What was that?
They just bore you to tears and then they bloody attack.
Attractive football, apparently. I'd rather just hit him on the counter.
Yeah,
that's how you play. That's how you play fucking football. Yes, but just looking at those stats, do you think that'll be the main stat? Is there any other stats here that stand out? Do you think that even matters, the possession?
Well, it depends, isn't it? Because if you're, you might have the possession, but if the other team's a good counter-attacking side, then they don't mind giving up that possession. So, would you say Italy's a good counter-attacking side?
Yeah, I'd say so. They do like to play very attacking football, though, so they do like to have a bit of the possession as well. Currently,
their possessions are quite high as well, isn't it?
Yeah. 56. Well, yeah, it is, compared to, not compared to Spain, but compared to other teams. They both have high pass accuracy here.
Similar shots per game as well.
Spain's very high. Target, yeah. Very high shots per game, and also shots against per game. They're very low as well. Only 7 and 6 apiece. It does look like it's going to be a very good matchup. Any players that stand out? Who do you think needs to be on top of their game? Or what do you think a good matchup is between the two teams?
Bloody well. Spinazzola would have been bloody good to be on top of the He's out of the mix there.
Rip.
Nah, but I don't know. I guess Insigne always looks dangerous when he's on top of his game. I feel like, especially if Spain's going to have that, more of the possession. You got Insigne on the counter attack there, just nipping in nicely. But I feel like a lot of talk's been about Chiellini and Bonucci in defense and how that partnership they have there and how it's nice and strong. So I think if they're on form, they can shut down any attacks from Spain and then feed it up front for that counter attack. So
yeah, 100%. I think They are a masterclass of defending here, and I don't think Spain's attack will it'll be hard for Spain's attack to get past that. Like, even Chiellini and Bonucci will be used to Morata's antics. Same Juventus team. So I don't think it will be a problem for them. I do think, though, it will be kind of a big midfield battle here. You look like Sergio Busquets has had a very good tournament. And, Italy's midfield is like one of the best as well, with those three, Barella, Jorginho, and Verratti in there. I think they'll be the key in the midfield. So whoever controls that will possibly win the game here, mate. Now, prediction time. Do you have any predictions, mate? Who do you think is going to win this one?
I reckon we're going, let's go Italy 2-1.
Italy 2-1, extra time or full time?
I think full time for this one. Then they get it done within the 90 minutes.
Mate, I like it. I like it a lot. Now, I think it's going to be 3-0 Italy, mate.
3-0. Putting that one down earlier, mate. These are the quick.
They want revenge from the fucking 2012 final. So yeah. I think they'll put in a show. Spain, I think, have been a bit lackluster, and I think Italy might just show them how it's done. So there's the predictions. We'll just go into the polls. I put up Instagram polls here. Where is it? Now, the majority of the linesmen, the offside trap fans, have gone for an Italy win here. 86% going Italy and only 14% going Spain. Mate, looks like it's going to be an Italy win.
Yeah, well, the linesmen are a smart bunch of people, so we're going to we'll put our trust in them.
That's it, mate. All right, mate. We'll call it here. Thanks for joining us. And linesmen, thanks for watching. Make sure you watch the England-Denmark preview. We'll see you then.
Coming on.
Well.